Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Jonnychipz Weekly. This is episode number 23. It is Friday, the 4th of June, 2021, so let's just jump straight on in. So, hi everybody, and thanks for tuning in again. It's another episode of Jonnychipz Weekly. It is Friday. The sun is out. The sun is out indeed. It's been out for the majority of the week, I think it's fair to say. Well, certainly in sunny South Wales. I'm not sure about the rest of the UK. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having a nice time, enjoying the sunshine wherever you may be. Yep, same format this week. We're just going to jump straight on into the community call-out section, then talk a little bit around what I've been up to the last week and a bit about the Welsh Azure user group before we finish off with the Azure updates and news. So without further ado, let's jump on over for some community call-outs. So, okay, first off today, just bringing this up to everybody's attention. So the 30 days to learn it from Microsoft Learn, the challenge is out. If you go and follow the Microsoft Learn Twitter handle, you will see this tweet. Basically, there's a whole bunch of different learning paths that you can take, and thanks for completing that, and obviously the motivation for you to have a look at some of these learning paths is that you get a 50% discount off a Microsoft certification exam. So I've just been through them, and I've actually just signed up for the Azure Data Scientist. I'm not sure if I'm going to get 30 days of learning, but there's certainly a good 30 or so learning modules. And it's a great incentive to kind of jump into one of these areas. So we've got lots of things, as you can see: AI fundamentals, solutions architect, Azure developer, and so on and so forth. So, like I say, if you want to jump over to the Microsoft Learn Twitter handle, find this link, or alternatively just Google it, 30 Days to Learn at Microsoft, and go and get yourself signed up. On the same theme, just a quick note, spotted this tweet from Data Weekender on Twitter. To earn a free certification exam, they've got their own Cloud Skills Challenge up and running. And I believe it's all around AI and data. So if you can complete the challenge by the end of June, so you've got a good few weeks to do that, you can get a 100% discount on either the AI 900 or the DP 100 exams. So cheers for that, everybody at Data Weekender. Go and get yourself signed up for that and get involved. Quick shout out again to the Cloud Management User Group. Only a couple of days. This was tweeted yesterday, so we're looking at the 8th of June, a couple of days ago. Go and get yourself signed up. They got SCC Mentor on their group session this week. You can see we're talking about Cloud Attach, that's the company that Paul Winstanley works for. He's going to be talking about Endpoint Manager Silver Lining, whatever that may be. And then Victor Hedberg, he's going to be talking about temporary access pass. So the key for unlocking passwordless? So go and get yourself signed up for that. It's run by a few guys in the community. So Dean, Simon, Andy, and Dan. Go and get hooked up to that. Give those guys some support and enjoy. Moving on, Bradford Cloud User Group, they've got their next session in June, June the 24th. So we've got a couple of weeks yet till their next session, but they got May and Simon presenting. As always, I think lately these have been clashing with things that I've got going on in terms of recordings and things like that. Great bunch of guys and gals. Go and give them some support. Jump on over, get registered for that user group meetup. There are lots of user groups going on at the moment, and they are fantastic. Run by some great people in the community. So go and give them your support if you can. Appreciate there's a lot going on. I do try and get around as much as I can. But yeah, as much love as you can give back to the community, that would be most appreciated. Also, we've got Glasgow Azure User Group's due meetup, and their meetup, I'm not sure they put the date. Let's just have a quick look here. So their group meetup is going to be on June the 30th. So we've got another couple of weeks. It's the back end of June. So again, what we're looking at, they've got Gary Lumsden coming on to talk about Bicep. So That's pretty cool. Newer version has just been released, so that's going to be quite a cool talk. So Wednesday, the 30th of June, starting at around 6:15. If you can go and give those guys a follow, so Glasgow Azure UG is the Twitter handle. Go and get signed up, give them some support, and join in the session. So you get some really good information there about Bicep as well at the end of June. Again, big shout out to Shabazz and Simon. Congratulations. They're just starting off on their little journey of creating some more YouTube content for everybody, which is great to see. Their YouTube series, WVD Hero to Zero, I think is probably a little bit back to front. It should be WVD Zero to Hero, but we'll forgive that. I mean, I don't know how quite that would work, really. We'll get some really proficient person on WVD and completely strip them of their knowledge. Good type. I don't know if you spotted that. But anyway, we get it. WVD Zero to Hero. So yeah, Simon and Shabazz are putting together a series of videos, and I believe the first episode dropped the other day. So jump on over, follow Shabazz or Simon on Twitter. Go and sign up and subscribe to Shabazz's YouTube channel. That content's going to be coming out over the next few weeks. And I believe he's got 10 or 12 sessions planned over that time. So some great information, especially if you're looking to learn WVD. It'll be some great information in there, no doubt. Thanks to the guys for putting in the time and effort for doing that. So I'll be keeping a keen eye on that myself. Big shout out to James Cook as well. He's set up this Azure Community Roundtable, so it's on Twitter Spaces. So really like a podcast style Clubhouse voice audio meeting space. I managed to jump on the first episode the other day. I caught, I think, the last half an hour where they had Chris Reddington and Martin Thurkelson, apologies, Martin. They had Martin and Chris on to talk around sort of GitHub versus Azure DevOps and on all sorts of stuff. And to be honest, it's a really great sort of conversation. It kind of gets you thinking all those questions that you may have. Look, everybody has the same questions. It's really great to see sort of experts in their fields talking about these technologies and really giving their viewpoint and their kind of experiences with them. So I know James has put that up now on Anchor FM. So from a podcast point of view, if you want to go and listen to that, AZ Roundtable on Twitter, go and give them a follow. Jump onto the links for the podcast and go and give that a bit of support. And not sure when the next episode is out, but if you jump on over to, well, let's have a quick look. I'm sure James has already put that out. Next episode, we got Reshab and Christos Matskas on the 15th of June. So there we go. Go and give them a support. That'll be a cool episode as well. And glean the knowledge. Moving on. So Carl Cook, again, with his hair-raising endeavours. Fundraising, hair-raising, all raising. Endeavours for charity. Carl's going to be dyeing his hair blue at the end of June, so 25th of June. And, it kind of started off as a little bit of a thing on Twitter. And before we know it, Carl's raising money for some well-worthy charities on there. So Black Girls Code, Into Science UK, Action Mental Health, and the Tutam Orphanage in Vietnam. It's phenomenal. I mean, Carl's already at just under £1,700 there. He's got a new target, £2,000. If you can spare a few pounds, jump on over, give Carl some support. It's a fantastic thing that he's doing. And really looking forward to seeing that. It's going to be a great little event there that Carl is, I think it's fair to say, inadvertently got himself into. But look, it's turned out to be something absolutely fantastic. So congratulations, Carl. You're doing phenomenally well. Go and give him some support and spare a little bit of change if you can. Moving on, Intercept. So the guys from Intercept. So we've got Wesley, Gregor, Richard. They've got their YouTube series for Intercept going on a weekly basis at the moment. So it was great to see. I mean, I put forward some names. They got a little splash screen with a couple of cows on it that they use for their little introduction on the videos. So I put some names forward. It was great to see they chose my names. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so Bell and Opus. And it's a great little community video as well from the guys at Intercept. So this week they had Carl on, obviously, to talk about that charity fundraising event that he's putting together. So it's great to see. I mean, everybody getting involved in a little bit of community activity. So there we go. Go and give them a follow. I think they're on episode 5 now. I think episode 5 came out yesterday or the day before. Intercept BV. Go and give those guys a follow on Twitter and get involved. So yeah, thanks for the shout out as well, guys. Moving on, Wim Matheson. So Wim joined us at the Welsh Use Group last month. Just wanted to call him out really because he's put together some really great content here in terms of a PowerShell script to deploy an Azure Bastion with a few different tweaks and changes and information and variables you can put in. So if you want to take a look at that, it's a great script. Follow Wim Matheson. There's his Twitter handle there. And jump on, get that URL. He's got that script all readily available for everybody to use. And take a look, because I thought it was a really great bit of collateral he's put together there and launched into the community. So thanks for that, Wim. Everybody go and take a look at that. Yeah, just quickly, I read this article from Chris from Bill 59's. A really good comprehensive article on the sort of what Azure Sphere Azure Sphere is in terms of securing your IoT infrastructure or whatever it may be, your dev platform. So Chris has put together this quite comprehensive article around what Azure Sphere is, what the crossover microcontroller unit is all about, what the OS has got in there, how the OS is built up and what the layers are, things like that, just really helping you try and understand at that deeper level what Azure Sphere is all about. So if you want that, recommend that article. It's great. It's not too long. It's a great article to give you that good overview as to what's involved. And then, of course, you can delve and dig in. And this is from a little while back now, but I only stumbled across it the other day as I was doing a bit more reading on Azure Sphere, and I just thought it was a great little article to put together. There are some slight differences now over the last year or so, but the point is it gives you all the great, good fundamentals there. So go and give that a little look-see. Great to see Izzy has got some of the images up on her website now in terms of the entries for the little competition that they're running up until August. So the working from home setups. So if you haven't seen this, go and give Izzy a follow. Click on the link, but you can still submit your own entries. But basically, the idea is over lockdown, we've all kind of spent a little bit more times in our houses or in our offices, and probably it's fair to say we spent a bit of money on getting them set up, looking a little bit nicer, buying a few gadgets and gizmos and lights, whatever it may be. If you are in that zone, you're a little bit proud of the space that you put together. Take a picture of it. You take a picture of it as the way that you see it, what you look at, and then take a picture of what's behind you. And they got 2 categories. So Izzy's put this together. You can submit those photos and they will be judged by some community judges. I believe it's the beginning of August it closes. So get involved. It's a good bit of fun. So Izzy's just started putting up a whole bunch of these entries now. You can guarantee I was in there. So you can see that there's a whole bunch of entries being put in there now straight away. So go and take a look at that. Hopefully there's a little bit of inspiration as well in there for you if you're looking to do your own thing. So cool little initiative. And finally, congratulations to Imran, Cloud Family. So Imran's been called out as Cloud Champion for this month, so for June. Congratulations. I mean, Imran is just such a fantastic community member himself. He runs the Azure Crazy website. He's obviously part of the Bradford Cloud user group with Shabazz, and he's just always involved. So, yeah, couldn't have gone to a more worthy winner. So, congratulations, Imran. Thanks for all that you do in the community. It is truly appreciated, and keep up the fantastic work. It really is great. So, yeah, thanks for that. Okay. As I switch over, that was my community call out. So yeah, thanks as always to all the fantastic people in the community, everything that you do, everything you put together. It really is appreciated. Obviously, there's always lots going on, but at the same time, we do try our best to kind of keep up with the majority of it. Okay, what else have I been up to this week? Let's just jump straight back on over. So in terms of this week, first I wanted to call out is I put a bit of a shout out this week to find more guests for my In Conversation With video series. So it's going really well. I think I'm up around about guest number 23 or 24 now. That's one a week. And yeah, I've had a great response to this little mess I put up. I got another 5 or 6 people joining me now over the next month or so. Huge thanks to those people that have reached out to me and want to sort of impart some of their knowledge on one of my episodes. Looking forward to doing that. Huge thanks to Michael Cade. He joined me last week to talk about Veeam and backup and replication technologies. Great little episode there. If you want to go and have a little look at, what Michael had to say in terms of what Veeam products and services and Kasten in terms of Kubernetes, backup capabilities, things like that. Jump on over, take a look at that episode. It's available now on my YouTube channel. But huge thanks to Michael. Great episode. Thank you very much. Now, as it is a Friday, tonight we have the next episode, and it's with the one and only Shabazz. So tonight over on the Azure Live Twitch TV channel, 6:30 p.m, we will be discussing all things, well, to be honest, we discussed a lot, all things community, learning, what Shabazz has been up to, talking about sort of this multi-cloud phenomenon, how do we navigate the multi-cloud with AWS, Azure, GCP. We had a really great chat, so if you're interested, join us tonight for the live stream at 6:30. Otherwise, it'll be on the YouTube channel from around 7:30. Thanks to Shabazz. That will be released tonight. So if you can make it, we would love to see you there. Other news, my eldest had his 15th birthday this week. So, of course, last weekend we've been celebrating that. It's been nice to, sort of have something positive, especially after the last few weeks and what my family are dealing with at the moment from the loss of my mum. It was a little bit of a bittersweet day. Obviously, we hadn't long, obviously had that bad news and sad news, and obviously we're still dealing with it. But equally, my son's turned 15, so we wanted to make that a special day for him. So we managed to get away. It was nice, under the circumstances. It was fantastic to get away for a day or so, just over to West Wales. The sun was out. The sun was out and shining, making it nice. I think everybody always feels a bit happier when the sun is shining, but that's what I've been up to this week. So apart from work, doing a few other bits and pieces with work, my mind's been a little bit preoccupied, as you can imagine, with a lot of other things that are going on at the moment. But there we go. Okay, that was my little bit on the side for this week. We'll jump straight on over into the Welsh Azure user group news. Again, we tend to have. Well, let's just jump on over. So we tend to have a meetup once a month. So this month's meetup is on the 17th of June, 6:30 p.m. BST. We've got 3 lightning talks. So we've got Baz Van Cam, we've got Jake Walsh, and we've got Mark Jones giving us sort of 50-minute lightning talks on various subjects. You can see there we've got Baz talking about ephemeral OS disks and the use within WVD. We've got Jake coming on to talk about Azure landing zones and why you might need them, and then Mark to come and talk to us around sort of bringing the best of Azure closer to our SQL servers. So, in particular, to talk about the SQL IaaS extension. So there are 3 lightning talks, and then we've got Clive Watson from Microsoft to come on and give us a bit of an overview around Azure Sentinel. So it's going to be a packed session. Please do come and RSVP to it. Come and jump on, join in. As always, we will have a quiz. We will have prizes. They've been getting, more and more engaging and competitive, I think it's probably fair to say. So if you are around on the 17th, we'd obviously love to have you there. Come and jump on. If you go to @Welsh Azure on Twitter, you will find this link where you can go and RSVP. That would be super duper. And if you want to see any of the past user group, if you just have a look on my YouTube channel, I've got a playlist down there, Welsh Azure user group. We've got the past sort of 10 or so sessions, nine sessions, I think, with a couple of extra videos. Go and have a little look if it's of interest to you. But yeah, huge thanks to everybody for their support in the user group. Like I say, it really is appreciated as always. Okay, and moving on. So we're going to take a look at the Azure news and updates now. There have been not too many updates this week. In all fairness, I think there's been 6 or 7. So we'll jump on through. As always, I always say try and keep up to date with the Azure updates and news as often as you can, just to, even if it's just a kind of quite high level look at what these updates are. It kind of helps keep you on top of things, so when something comes up in conversation, you can kind of hopefully just get that little bell ringing in your head that says I've seen something about that. So let's jump in then. So first announcement, we've got Azure Site Recovery Updates. Rollup 55 is now generally available. So there's some improvements that have been released into Azure Site Recovery and the components thereof, and some of the bug fixes and bits and pieces. So mobility services have added support for configuring Ubuntu 20.04. The Site Recovery Unified Setup and Configuration Server template, they've updated the flow where the screen was freezing and the user clicks the configuration server. The actual service itself, the REST API support for protection of a VMSS Flex and virtual machines inside proximity placement groups or in a zonal configuration. So the scaling in and out of VMSS Flex is yet to be supported by Site Recovery. Okay. And then finally, we've got things like the portal rolled out for cross-continental disaster recovery of the Azure virtual machines. So support is currently limited to 3 region pairs. So you can click on this link. You can get a bit more information, delve into that a bit more detail if you need to. That's the first update. Azure Security Center has had some GA updates for May. I won't read all of these out, but we got things like Defender for DNS. We've got Defender for open source relational databases. We've got new alerts for Defender. So there's been a whole bunch of updates. So if you are using Security Center, go and take a look at those, because if you are using some of these resources within Azure, it's great to kind of get that configuration in place and get those insights from Security Center. Another update on Security Center, this one a public preview. So we've got new recommendations to enable trusted launch capabilities has gone into preview, and some recommendations on how to harden your Kubernetes clusters. So those kind of insights and enhancements to Security Center, especially obviously if you are using Kubernetes clusters or some trusted launch capabilities, then there are some new things in Azure Security Center. So go and check those things out. GA, Azure API Management Premium tier, price reduction for incremental purchase units. Okay, so they've updated some pricing. Cost of the first unit used to be $3.83 an hour in US. It still is $3.83 an hour, but all subsequent units have now been chopped down by just by $1 or so per hour. So that's cool to see. That's nice to see. So if you are using API Management Premium tier, so you'll obviously get those cost savings, which is cool. Okay, yes, Azure Digital Twins Explorer has gone into public preview, which is pretty cool. So there's this website, Azure Digital Twins Explorer. So it's like a visual developer tool it kind of makes it easier to kind of look and browse through your digital twins and the APIs that you're using for those. You can modify it. You can reference your model graph. There's all sorts of things that you can do. So I believe, the code base is there available in GitHub if you want to see it. There's a video episode on the IoT show around this Digital Twins Explorer. This is it. I mean, this is the preview pane. I've not got any Digital Twins models at the moment to load into it, but it's cool to see. So that's gone into public preview. So I believe we're going to be talking about digital twins a lot more into the future for lots of businesses. So it's great to see where Microsoft are going with this journey and the capabilities that they're letting us, you are developing for us and letting us use on the Azure platform. Okay, another public preview, identity-based connections in Azure Functions with the latest Azure SDK triggers and bindings. Okay, that's cool. So these have gone into preview at the moment. So we've got a bunch of new triggers and bindings for these things. So yeah, take a look at that. I mean, I don't tend to use Azure Functions much at the moment. I've dabbled with them, played with them, but they are getting more and more prevalent, obviously. So if there are functions that you need to do and you want to trigger them or bind them to particular resources and events within Azure, then there's another bunch of public preview identity-based connections. There we go. Go and take a look at that if you're of interest. And finally, we've got pricing changes to Azure Sentinel and Azure Monitor to help us all reduce costs. So that's pretty cool. So I'm not going to dig into that in too much detail there. So I'm just trying to pick out these things. Yeah, there's quite a bit of detail in here. So just be aware that Microsoft are obviously trying to reduce the costs for use of Sentinel and Azure Monitor in general. So go and take a look at that. That was announced yesterday, and that is now available. So, obviously that's cool. That's great news. Okay, we will call it a day there. Thanks everybody so much for tuning in once again. And again, thanks. I just wanted to echo the past few weeks. Thanks everybody for your really heartwarming support over the last month or so for myself and my family. Really is appreciated. Still got a bit to go. I think I think we'll turn that corner, but obviously it's still a bit of a sad time for me and my family at the moment, and I'm sure it will be for a little bit of time to come yet. But we're getting there, and thanks for your heartwarming support. It really is appreciated. Okay, so that's been episode number 23. It's the 4th of June. Please do tune in tonight to watch the episode of In Conversation with Shabazz Dart. Thanks everybody for your support. Until next week, I've been Jonnychipz, and I will see you soon.